BBC Radio 5 Live.
Nicky Campbell.
The voice of the UK.
Nation's phoning. Good morning, Greg Wallace. Your reaction? Sacked as presenter of MasterChef. 50 additional people have now approached the BBC. BBC News have done this report. BBC News independent from the rest of the institution of the BBC, of course. Fresh claims, which Wallace denies. An inquiry on behalf of MasterChef's production company, Banijay, is out soon. Dan Harris, neurodiversity activist diagnosed with autism, ADHD. I'd like to speak to you, Dan, about this, and I'm glad you're there. What did you make of that paragraph in his statement about his autism? My neurodiversity, now formally recognised as autism, was suspected and discussed by colleagues. Nothing was done to investigate my disability or protect me from what I now realise was a dangerous environment. That failure has now been quietly buried. Morning, Dan. What did you make of that?
Morning, Nicky. Thanks for having me. I think today's story is difficult, but it's important. I think the key point we need to come away from is that autism's not an excuse for harm. And I think what we're here today to do is to separate facts from spin, defend the dignity of autistic people, but really importantly, talk honestly about what accountability in the workplace should look like.
What is he saying there? I don't know boundaries sometimes, and I'm sure there will be many autistic people who find that problematic.
Indeed. And let's start here, Nicky, which is every autistic person is an individual person, so we can't characterise the whole population. What he is trying to argue, I think, is that he struggles with reading social cues, and that also he has struggled over the last 20 years to assimilate the changing workplace norms, which now are more progressive and more equitable. And
so
Nicky,
it's... Yeah, go on. Yeah.
This is Dan here. So I'm quite concerned about this idea percolating back into society, which is that autism can be ascribed to these behaviours. Autism explains social difficulty, not sexualised misconduct. It's really important that we don't confuse the two. And when someone uses autism to dodge accountability, they're harming the very community they claim to belong to. So I just don't want this message to get out into society that autism is linked to sexual misconduct. It's absolutely not.
Thank you for saying that.